Good day sa mga viewers na to karon din ha. Labi na gid sa mga estudyante karon nga nagligid-ligid or nagtambay-tambay lang gila ay kay Wiley nga. Okay? I'm going to tackle this time about the first topic in grade 9, which is illustrating or determining quadratic equation. Now, what is quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is a polynomial equation of degree 2 that can be written in standard form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are element of all real numbers such that a should not be equal to 0. Okay? Let us have an example of a quadratic equation. This is one of the example of a quadratic equation, which is written in standard form. Okay. In quadratic equation, it is also important knowing the values of a, b, and c. Now, in this case, the values of a, or the value of a, is equal to 1. The value of b is negative 2. And the value of c equals 3. Okay? Next example. If I have here negative 2x squared plus 3x equals 4. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it is a quadratic equation, but it is not written in standard form, because the standard form, as I said, is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, the standard form should be equal to 0. Now, in this example, the equation is equal to 4. So, this is not written in standard form. So, what we are going to do is to make this one in the form of standard form. How? Okay. Negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 4 minus 4. You observe that we have minus 4 in the left side of the equal sign and minus 4 in the right side of the equal sign, because we wanted that this number here becomes 0. So the process is we are going to subtract 4 by 4 to make it 0. So this process is called subtraction property of equality. So what will happen? Negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. This is now a standard form of a quadratic equation. So what is the value of a? The value of a in this equation is negative 2. The value of b is 3. And the value of c is equal to negative 4. Okay. Now, some of the teachers introduced the word transpose. When we say transpose, it is a process that a number imo siyang ibalhin sa pika side sa equal sign. For example, here, I'm going to apply the idea of transpose. Negative 2x squared plus 3x equals 4. If I'm going to transpose 4 to the left side of the equal sign plus 3x, it will become minus 4. Since gitranspose naman mo siya sa left side, kumbaga, nawagtang na ang 4, ang habilin 0 na lang, kaya umang gibalhin. So, ang idea ng transpose, pag mubalhin pud kag another side of the equal sign, this is the right side of the equal sign and the left side of the equal sign. So, i-transpose nimo sa si 4, kung bagbalhin nimo si 4 sa left side ni equal sign. So kung imo siyang ibalhin sa pikas ka side sa equal sign, ang iyang original sign ma-change. So duha ra man to ka sign, di ba? Positive ug negative. Here, the sign of 4 is positive. So kung imo siyang i-transpose, ma-change ang iyang sign from positive na himo siyang negative. So that's the idea of transpose. Now, here, what I did is the formal solution because in algebra, transpose is not introduced. Kanang ato-ato lang na siya para madali na to ang solution. Okay? Pwede po, in another way, pwede sa mo apply of addition property of equality here. Ang ato lang is subtraction. Pwede po ang idea nga addition property of equality. Kumbaga, mag-plus ka diha nga para mag-zero ni. So, yung bahaton, mag-plus negative 4 ka diri sa right side, mag-plus negative 4 pud ka sa left side. So, ang resulta, the same lang gud gihapon. So, pwede nimo gamiton ang idea nga subtraction, depende sa gihatag nga integer. Pwede pud addition, depende pud sa gihatag nga integer, no? Pero ang transpose nga idea, mo na to siya. Pag imo siyang ibalhin sa other side of the equal sign, ma-change ang iyang sign. Okay? Now, kani siya nga quadratic equation can be written as 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 equals 0. Pwede sad ni siya. Kumbaga, kani siya nga equation duha, parehas ra. Anong parehas ra man? Kung ato siyang i-apply ang word nga transpose, kung kaning duha ka terms nimo dinhi mo i-transpose sa right side sa equal sign, what will happen? So, mahitabuan na, ako sa Nelson ha. Kumbaga, ang akong gi-transpose ani kaning duha. Para may mo siyang, my point here is to make this equation into standard form. So, pwede po, kani siya nga duha ka terms na nimo i-transpose sa right side sa equal sign. Kasi may tabo niya na, mahimo na siyang 0 na dire. Na 0 kay mo na i-transpose ang duha. Copy 4, maon sa man ni si 3x, ma-minus 3x. Maon sa man ni si negative 2x squared, ma-plus 2x squared. I-arrange nimo 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 equals 0. Pwede sa di siya nga answer. Gikan din nga problem, bingon diha, write this equation in the form of standard form, ex squared plus bx plus c. Pwede duha ang answer. No? Pwede rin po sa ragid ang answer. So, ang pangutana, asay correct ka na nilang duha. Both are correct. Pwede ka na imong answer, pwede po ka ang imong answer. Pero nagkalahay na siya sa value ni A, ni B, o ni C. But it doesn't matter. As long as wala kay i-violate na rules, okay, ragyap na siya. So, here, your A is 2, your B is negative 3, and your C is 4. Another example of a quadratic equation. X squared plus 2 equals 0. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it is a quadratic equation. It is written in standard form? Yes, it is written in standard form. Okay? Ang tigamnan lang ginata nganong standard form siya, equate to 0. What is the value of A? 1. The value of B? 0. So, wala may bx. So, 0 si B, automatic. Then si C, positive 2. Now, do not forget that ax squared is called the quadratic term. Quadratic term. Si bx, gitawag na siya og linear term. Linear term. Si C, gitawag na siya is the constant term. Okay, another example. If I have here x squared equals 0. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, it is a quadratic equation. Is it written in standard form? Yes, it is written in standard form. As I said, if the quadratic equation is equate to 0, therefore that equation is written in the form of standard form. Okay, the value of A here is equal to 1. The value of B is 0 because there is no linear term. And the value of C is 0 because there is no constant term. Next example, number 5. Square root of 5 squared minus square root of 2x equals 3. I'll say negative 3. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes or no? This is a quadratic equation. Na may square root of 5, na may negative square root of 2. Quadratic na gihapon na. Yes, quadratic gihapon na siya nga forma. Take note, kung ingon mo nga, this is not a quadratic equation, then you have a problem knowing what is a real number. Okay, so para ma-convince mo nga quadratic equation na siya, let us know what are real numbers. Real numbers. These are called rational numbers o gitawag mo siya irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Okay. Sa unsa mo po ni mga rational numbers? Mao ni siya ang mga fractions. Fractions. Ang under po ng fractions, mga whole numbers. Whole numbers. Ano sa yung mga whole numbers? Mga 0, 1, 2, and so on. Diba? Alam mo tayo fractions, di ba? Under po sa whole numbers, ang counting numbers. Ano sa mga mga counting numbers? Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Those are counting numbers. Also, it includes integers. What are integers? These are 0, positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3, and so on. Those are integers. 0, positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3. Meaning to say, whole numbers that has a sign. Except 0, because 0 is having no sign. No? Okay, these are rational numbers. Fractions, I repeat. Rational numbers are fractions. Whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Integers, 0, positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3, and so on. How about irrational numbers? These are numbers that cannot be ratioed into two numbers. 1/2 is not an irrational number. It is a rational number because 1/2 ratio og duha, 1 ug 2. Irrational numbers, di mo ma-ratio into two numbers. Unsa man nga mga numbers? Mo ni siya mga square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7, square root of 11. Those numbers nga dili perfect square number, dili perfect cube numbers. Those are irrational numbers. Okay, negative square root of 2, negative square root of 7, negative square root of 11, negative square root of 13. Those are called irrational numbers. Okay, so these are real numbers. This is an example of quadratic equation because based on the definition, quadratic equation is a polynomial equation of degree 2 that can be written in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are elements of all real numbers such that a is not equal to 0. Okay, so this is a quadratic equation because square root of 5 and negative square root of 2 are real numbers. But this is not written in standard form. So ato pa na siya himong standard form. Here, kung ato siya apply ang proper na solution in making this one in the form of standard form, we will apply addition property of equality. How? square root of 5x squared minus square root of 2x plus 3 equals negative 3 plus 3. So as you observe, nag-add ko dig 3 sa right side, nag-add sa kog 3 sa left side. Why? Why plus 3? It's because we are going to make this negative 3 to 0. So para ma-0 siya, ato siya i-addan sa iyang additive inverse. So plus 3. Plus 3. So ma-0 na din ha. So this will become square root of 5x squared minus square root of 2x plus 3 equals 0. Standard form na siya. Where the value of A is equal to the square root of 5 and the value of B, you should include the sign. Negative square root of 2 and the value of C is 3. Okay. Pero kung mo-apply mo itong idea nga transpose, pwede na gyapon. I-direct lang mo, no? Direct lang kayo. Square root of 5, nalamit nila na ko isuwa. Yung mo na siya transpose, mga sa tuwang sign, kung mo transpose ta, ma-change ang iyang original na sign. So from negative, may mo na siyang positive. So ma-plus 3 na siya. It will result to the same answer, plus 3 equal 0. Then kung kanisa din mo i-transpose, pwede rin hapon. Ma-negative 5x squared na siya, niya kanima plus square root of 2x, niya minus 3. Pwede rin po hapon. Pwede sa itong answer. So here is our standard form of our equation. So this is a quadratic equation. Another example. I have here square root of 3x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes or no? No. This is not a quadratic equation. Why? Sir, di ba may mga nga square root of 3 is a irrational number, and take note, irrational number are real numbers. So, you to say, this is a quadratic equation. No, this is not a quadratic equation. Why? As you observe, x squared is included in the radical sign na square root. So, meaning to say, if we're going to simplify this one, this will become 3x squared raised to the power of 1/2 minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. So, kung mo pa nang i-simplify, may mo siyang 3 raised to the power of 1/2 onya x na lang minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. So, what will happen to this? This will be square root of 3x minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Okay. Now, ganun din naman siya quadratic equation. Kaya ang quadratic equation is of degree 2. When we say degree 2, the highest exponent is 2. Now, kung ato siyang simplify, nahimo siyang iuni-ani. Unsa may exponent ni x din 1. Exponent ni x din 1. So this is not a quadratic equation. Okay? So I mean to say, this example is not a quadratic equation. Okay? Another example. This is not quadratic equation. I have here 3x to the power of negative 2 plus x minus 3 equals 0. Quadratic equation or not? This is not a quadratic equation. Not quadratic equation. Why? It's because the exponent has a negative number. Okay. I'm going to go back with our definition that I said earlier, that quadratic equation is a polynomial equation. When we see polynomial, the exponent should be the element of whole numbers. The exponent should be element of whole numbers. So, kung ang imong exponent dili element sa whole numbers, di ba ang whole numbers kay 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so dapat walay negative. Here, naman tayo negative. So, this is not a quadratic equation. Okay? So, ato i-summarize, no? Ato i-summarize ang quadratic equation. Okay? Quadratic equation is a polynomial equation of degree 2. Meaning to say, the highest exponent of the equation is 2. And can be written in this form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Where this a, b, and c are element of all real. Unya, dapat si a should not be equal to 0. Because if this will become equal to 0, mawagtang na ang gitawag na itong quadratic term. So pag mawagtang na itong quadratic term, di na siya quadratic. Okay? So muna iyang exemption or muna iyang limitation or condition about quadratic equation. So, this topic, as I said, is the first topic of grade 9. So, hapit naman ang magsugod ang klase. So, this is a preparation for you, my students, or our students, para nanamoy ideya kung sa ang quadratic equation, nanamoy ideya or nanamoy knowledge about what is quadratic equation as the class started. So, hapit na mag-start ang klase. So, sa mga mitanaw sa akong videos, daghang salamat. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and please click the notification bell besides kanang subscribe no word para ma-update mo sa mga more videos pa nga akong i-upload sa akong channel para nahanap mo yung mga ma-learn about math. Thank you and good day.